Okay, really? Is the idea of Christmas and the holidays just stressing you out? I have been speaking to groups of moms and talking to so many people in the last couple weeks, and ever since Halloween ended, like that next day in November 1st, it's like this weight just came down on all of our shoulders. And we forgot kind of about Thanksgiving, and everybody's just blowing straight past to Christmas, and saying that they want to celebrate the holidays early, and it's darker early and all of those things. But is that why? Or are we just so stressed out we feel like if we spread out the holiday season longer, that it will give us more time and we won't seem so stressed out? I used to be that way. I used to want everything to be perfect for every single moment, and I wanted everything to be super magical for my kids, and realized I was just doing too much, and I was just being overworked and all they saw was a stressed out mom, and that's not what I wanted for the holidays for them. So we've kind of scaled back on some of the things that we used to do. We don't go as many places as we used to. Even family traditions that have been traditions ever since we were in high school, we have cut back on. And the pandemic really gave us an excuse to say that this was okay. And then it really has made us realize over the last 2 years that some of those traditions that we were doing, we just don't want to do anymore. So Mike and I have actually been together since I was in high school. So since I was 17, and our very first date was at the zoo lights on Christmas. And so every single year we have went to the zoo lights, for over 23 years until the pandemic. We just have had our 25th wedding anniversary. Actually, it was longer than that because we started when we were dating. So anyways, over 20 years, we went to the zoo lights every single year. And it was a blast when they were little. When my family was little, we would go every year. But over the years, we realized, one, nothing seemed to change at the zoo lights, which was fun in some of the ways that there's a magical tree that we love and it stayed the same, but it just didn't seem like there was anything new, hardly ever. But we also started to realize that I was cold and achy. I was chasing other people's kids around. We were spending way too much money to have a family fun night, and we would have just as much fun if we just got in the car and drove around and looked at Christmas lights and drank hot cocoa. So that thing that was a tradition and meant so much to us, we realized over the years we could do it like once every 5 years and it would still mean a lot to us. What are the things that are traditions in your life that you could just cut back on, and they don't have to be every single year? So in our family, we raised our girls since they were little to train them up that when they got married and were older, that we were hoping that we would have one holiday that was all of us together as a family, and the other holiday to be spent with their in-laws. And we were hoping that that holiday would be all of our family together for 1 year, and then might not be for the next year. So we're okay with that. So this year is our not all together for Thanksgiving year, but it's our all together for Christmas year, or mostly together for Christmas year. Some of those traditions we just have to realize that it's okay not to have to do every year. And sometimes you might be traveling or doing something else, and you have to learn how to do those traditions a little bit different and still be okay with them. So that's kind of where we are for this holiday season. It's just trying to figure out where we are okay with making different little changes for our traditions and it still being our special Christmas to us. So one of those things is I'm diabetic this year for the first time ever. I'm officially diabetic. So for Christmas morning, we've always had a tradition of cinnamon rolls. Now I need to figure out how to make like diabetic friendly cinnamon rolls, or just say I'm going to be really careful the rest of the day. But I'm going for diabetic allergy-friendly cinnamon rolls that I can make ahead of time and still be able to have for the holidays. But, it's a little bit of a break of a tradition. But some of the traditions that we definitely are going to keep are, we've always, for our family, had done 3 gifts. So we do a need, a want, and something for a hobby. Normally something that'll kind of keep them busy over Christmas break, which makes me have a little bit of a break too. And then if we have any extra in the budget, that's when we might buy some extra presents. But I actually don't buy presents for anybody outside of our home. So we don't buy presents for all of our nephews and nieces and cousins and all of those other people that other family members are buying for. Our family does a giving project every year. So we normally donate something special to one family. So instead of spending money on a whole bunch of different gifts for a whole bunch of different people, we try to make one impactful gift to somebody. So depending on the years, it has been different things and different budgets, but we make one impactful gift to somebody that will make a difference in their lives. So instead of buying presents that are a whole bunch of little things for a whole bunch of people, we try to save that money together and make one impactful gift for Christmas. And then after we've done that, then we start talking about what we're going to give for the people in our household. We also do a puzzle or a game that we can do together as a family over Christmas break. That's became a tradition that we do. And there were quite a few years that we had decided that we were going to give our family everything that we possibly could, and Mike and I just sat back and decided not to do any gifts for each other. And I would never ever suggest doing that. Like, if you're a single mom, reach out to another mom or another family and swap a gift, or give your kids an art project that they can do for you and wrap up. I mean, even littles can color you a picture and wrap something up and put it under the tree. But there should always be something for everybody under the tree, no matter if it's a dollar store gift or something handmade or whatever. One of the best Christmas gifts I ever got was a long time ago, when I had a huge medical flare-up, and for 2 years my hands wouldn't open. And for those 2 years, we didn't buy anything extra, and that included paper towels. And one year for Christmas, our pastor gave us paper towels for Christmas, and it's still, like 13 years later, one of my favorite gifts, because it was something I truly needed, truly wanted in my house. It was truly a luxury item at the time, and I still, to this day, do not waste paper towels. So we go through a couple pieces a month that I put in the bottom of my drawers, or jars, not drawers. But we don't waste paper towels because these were a luxury item at the time, and it was so special to me. And now I'm like non-toxic and, eco-friendly and all those kind of things, and try not to waste paper towels. But it was something that really meant something to us at the time. And he saw a need that other people wouldn't have saw. And I just really encourage you to see what difference you can make in somebody's life. A $10 package of paper towels, I'm still talking about 13 years later. Those kind of things. Our mother-in-law just recently passed away. And when they were cleaning out their house, some of the things that I had given her over the years meant more than those things that I bought at the store. So the handprints that I made of the grandkids are items that I got back after she passed away, but it was so neat to know that those are items that she cherished. Pictures together with her grandkids are things that hung on her wall her whole entire life. And they weren't materialistic things that cost us a lot of money, but I know she cherished them. One of my favorite gifts that Mike ever gave me is this picture frame, and it says, what a difference a day makes. And it has all of our birthdays on it and our wedding date. And it's just something he printed up and then put it in an inexpensive frame, and I treasure that item. So I'm just encouraging you, instead of rushing around and doing all of the things during this holiday season, to see what you can cut back on and still have the best Christmas ever. Merry Christmas.